Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, November 29th, 2011, and this is the next episode of the Pastel Pony Podcast. I'm your host, Vos de Sueños. Welcome, Phillies and Gentle Colts. I've got my cup of Earl Grey tea, hot, and I'm ready and raring to go. Okay, that last part's a little bit of a lie. It's been a long week, guys. This is going to be a shorter podcast, and I'm not going to do a whole lot with the new format this week. I worked the last 7 days in a row. Today is my first day off, 9-hour shifts and whatnot. So I've been very tired and haven't actually had a chance to do really anything except edit my little dashie. You guys got that, but that's about it. The new format will have to wait until next week. I'm just going to save some of the stuff I found for this week. Sombroni mentioned possibly looking at other sites, and because a lot of us look at EQD, and I understand that. When I have time to look at other sites, I will certainly include them. I occasionally jump on FimFiction, but not really anything else. Although, I was exposed to certain videos that eventually later ended up on EQD while I was watching this past week's episode. Now, last week someone asked me where I went to watch it. If I'm actually at home when it airs and awake, which is a rare circumstance indeed, I go to what I believe is Hacks Mega or something like that. It's not the Brony State, and it's not the YouTube streams or anything like that. So, the Hacks Mega on Ustream is where you'll find me if you feel like seeing me. But I believe I work Saturday this weekend, so I don't think I'm going to be on, if there even is an episode this weekend. Besides that, I wanted to mention the possibility of posting outtakes. I occasionally say really strange things to myself while I'm recording, and wondered if you guys would have any interest in that, because I have no doubt that there will eventually be a week where I get sick enough that I can't actually record. So jump in the comments, let me know what you think about that. I wanted to talk about my little dashie a little bit. First off, there is a part towards the very end where Dash wrote a note to our nameless narrator, and I really thought about adding music to it, but I couldn't find anything that fit just right. I struggled over this for about 2 hours while I was editing, trying to play around with it and figure out something, and eventually came to the conclusion that it was just better without music. But if you're interested, try playing very softly while she's reading the note, either Paradise by Coldplay or the opening to Enterprise, whatever that was called. I can't remember it anymore. I think it's Faith of the Heart. So, if you have any interest in seeing what that would have sounded like, go ahead and play them at the same time. Now, it's a bit overdue, but I wanted to say it's over 9,000! What, 9,000? Because I'm almost over 9,000 views here on YouTube, but I'm also over 9,000 views on SoundCloud, which I thought was pretty sweet, and I wanted to take this moment to really thank you guys, because you're the reason that I do this. You are so worth it. Thank you guys for being such awesome fans. And I also wanted to say I really can't wait to get to My Little Avengers 13, because there are so many fun voices. Ironmonger from Iron Man. Also, Jeff Bridges in Iron Man 1, I think it was. I plan to use that voice. There's Ghost Rider, who eventually shows up for no apparent reason. And I've been looking for an excuse to use a very particular voice that I love so very much, and to make fun of Nicolas Cage, because he's kind of awesome. So, that being said, I had a couple of stories that I'd like to see written, most of which are based on images that I saw. I want to see a Metal Shy Solid story, because I feel like that needs to happen. There was an awesome picture of Derpy looking like a professor talking about ancient humans, and I thought that'd be a pretty cool thing. I also wondered if you guys know about anything with Corona Blaze or Solar Flare, whatever people call the Nightmare Moon version of Celestia, because there just don't seem to be that many stories about them. I'm guessing I'm just missing them somehow, but there should be more stories out there with Celestia and Luna fighting back in the past, and I'd kind of like to see one of those wars. Because of the most recent episodes, I also would like to see Spike being a detective or a reporter. And because of the naming conventions, I really, really want to know how AJ decided to name her legs. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the most recent episode. So, with that, we come to spoilers. Spoilers, spoilers, my friend. I'm gonna start off here with a random montage of comments that I managed to secure during the episode watching. GTFO strawberry shortcake. So this is totally normal and not weird. Orgasmic. Finally, no more scoot abuse. Rainbow Dash Fan Club. How are ponies able to use wells? Lesson, modesty. Uh-oh, soon Rainbow Dash will save the universe. Where's Tank? Spike's a ghost. We're fucked. Na 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 na. Batmare. Darkwing Duck. It's Spider-Bat. It's Carmen Sandiego. Costume is not fabulous enough to be rarity. It's the goddamned Ursa Manor. And then there's a bunch where it's like, it's Derpy, it's Zecora, please be Zecora, please be Trixie, it's Luna, it's Pinky, it's Fluttershy, it's totally all five changing places. Rainbow Dash is going to become a supervillain. It's Final Scratch. It is all of them. It's the Enclave. You jelly, Rainbow Dash? You're going to love me! Weeds that were attempting to eat this lawn. It's Nyx! It's Faust. Oh, Scootaloo, you so oblivious. Scootaloo, you traitor! Scootaloo, you just blew your chance to be Rainbow Dash's sidekick. Scoot abuse! It's GLaDOS. I win. Bucky McGillicuddy and kicks McGee. Twilight now forces lessons on her friends. Who you gonna call? And that was the random as crap montage of comments that I managed to get while I was watching the episode. And that pretty much, honestly, sums up my opinion. I had no idea what was going on. I want an AJ episode, and yet we have 2 Rainbow Dash episodes in a row. I get that. Everybody loves Rainbow Dash. I just don't love her as much as everybody else does. Besides that, she was kind of being a jerk. Again. 2 weeks in a row. Maybe that's why Twilight forces lessons on her friends, because they're too thick to get it otherwise. Let the hate mail begin! But, honestly, there was a lot of really awesome jokes in this episode, as I chew bread because I've barely eaten today. But I really have no idea what to say about this episode other than there were so many random references. And it was kind of fun to see everybody picking on Rainbow Dash a little bit since she kind of does it to everybody else. That's really all I've got. So, I hope you guys had a great week. Past Sins 6 will be next week. I still have yet to figure out the voice for Cheryl, so she's continuing to be kind of breathy and airy out there. But, that being said, biggest outtake ever. If you guys don't want the outtakes, I'm still giving you this one. Holy crap, there are so many Phillies in next week's episode. They all start to sound the same, and I apologize for that, because there are so many of them. There's like 10 Phillies. There's no Colts. There's no Stallions. There's no Mares. They're all Phillies. If we end up ever posting the outtakes, you will hear lots and lots of grumbling from Past Sins 6 about how Vos cannot voice Phillies. Because there's only so high-pitched I can go. Y'all have an excellent week. I will see you next week. This is Vos de Sueños signing out. Safe travels, every pony.